Fabulous. Thank you. Well, good. Okay, so I've got a few emails to go through today, maybe 24 or so. So we'll start off with this one, which came in Wednesday afternoon, looking at the Euro CAD. Again, I think it's just a little early. What you want to see is this bar fully formed. This is a ring low. The fact that it closed in the middle of it, and then you're not back to the 50, I think is a little preemptive, if that's a good word. And yeah, you said it didn't take it. This one, it's a higher high. It might have even actually been an engulfing bar, but again, we're not seeing a sign of buying. Obviously now we do. With this large bar in the news out on the Euro overnight, you could be looking at something like this back here where it's coming off the 20, and now you stop loss. I'd like to use E-signal, but apparently it's not working. Now your stop's 248 pips. However, if we look at it like this, again, this would be, I'd like to see another 4-hour bar in the direction of what we're looking at before taking that. But your analysis on the daily, here you've got your Fibonacci in the right place. You've even gone down here for another Fibonacci, which is where I would have drawn it as well. So that's good. You've gone to your fib there. 302 is not that strong, but if you bring it up to this one here, you've got the 618 or even the 786 as support. And I'm not going to show your other document that you sent. There's a bit of personal stuff in there that no one else really needs to see, but I like the structure of that trade plan and how you're going pretty focused on being in the right zone and making sure that you stick to your rules. That's good. Well, good stuff, mate, and we'll get the results to, or I know that you do have the results to show reflect that. Right, so Euro pound short came in Wednesday evening. I don't know, the bar was completed, was it? Was that what the Euro pound looked like? Yeah. So if you wait for this bar to complete, bearish price action, you've given it one, but this bar is obviously not completed yet. You need to wait till that comes, is formed, and we can see here that it ends up being an engulfing bar, and you're not going to trade off that either. So I presume you didn't get in because your entry's at 59, so I presume you didn't get in. But you're seeing everything else, which is good. There's your horizontal resistance, this white line. You've got your fibs going from that high to that low, so you got the 50% retracement. Yep. Trend line resistance. It's not there, but it's not necessary for the for it. You're below the moving averages. Yeah, everything's there, but we just don't have the sellers yet, and still don't have that. There's only one high test bar, but a strong high test bar. Yeah. If price go my way, I would add another 0.5% tomorrow. Am I correct? Yes. Going in, that would be considered an aggressive entry if you went in just under one bar, but and you'd be sort of doing, I can see what you're trying to do is 0.5% and then add another 0.5%, but I do prefer to wait for that third bar and trade on the fourth. Can you send me the webinar details? Matt, with your webinar details, you'll need to, they're obviously not online now if you don't have them, just email Vanessa or Danielle to get them. I don't have them either, so I can't email them out to you. So if you don't have the webinar details for the rest of this year so far, just email Vanessa or Danielle, because yeah, I don't have them. So, did my analysis. I would appreciate your feedback. Aussie Kiwi. This is late Wednesday night. Well, there's a high test all the way along here on the Aussie Kiwi. You got the fib in the right place. There is a horizontal there. Resistance, yep. RSI convergence, yes. And we are getting close to being overbought here, so it should be looking for a turnaround, or maybe even just sideways action whilst it works it off. Bearish price action, major resistance, major levels of support in the way. Not really. So you give it a 1. Trendline support. I can't see the trend line you got on there, and I don't know if there is trendline support on this. Pretty strong trend though, isn't it? Not yet. So, yeah, it's way out here. But we've got a high test, another high test. It's certainly looking to, and we're now overbought, it's certainly looking to, wanting to roll over, but it's still making higher highs. Oh, sorry, higher lows. That's borderline, but still making higher lows, so it's not ready just yet. But obviously you would be cancelling your order each time you cancelling your order and having a reassessment of what you're looking for and going through your checklist. Pound Aussie, I don't think is ready yet. Yes, we're looking for it. I think it went through this low by memory. Above the moving averages. Well, not at this point. Bullish price action certainly do not have that. Okay, you can't give it a 1. Oh, okay. Sorry, you said no. I see what's going on here. Right. Yes, waiting for today's bar. 50 EMA, 1 horizontal. Yeah, waiting for today's bar. Fib retracement 786. Trendline support. No, good. So that's brilliant. And where's it gone since Wednesday night? Yeah, it ended up being a doji. If this bar is a higher high and a higher low, then there's an opportunity for a trade on Monday. Yeah, I should write these down so I can email them to you. So GBP AUD. I went through the charts this morning and didn't find anything that I wanted to trade. Yeah. Today's webinar ID is 1589 for that other gentleman. Cheers, mate. He's obviously not going to hear this. You might hear it on the YouTube, but I'll email in the YouTube link I email out. I'll tell people to contact client services to get that. But thanks, Dex. Sorry you're late. Why? What have you been doing? Pounds with higher highs, higher lows. If this is your cycle, yeah. I would have said that's 1 cycle, that's 2 cycles. Or even that's 1 cycle, and now this is flapping about. It's not as clear as something like, even the Aussie dollar, for argument's sake, or Aussie Kiwi. The trend is not as clear as those ones. So and you can see the 200 is starting to just go sideways now, or horizontal. So are we getting higher highs? Not really. Are we above the moving averages? No. So bounce off the 200, yeah, okay. Horizontal support, RSI convergence, yes. Resistance, well, yeah, you've got resistance, I'd say, across this here. I don't think this is, your analysis is sound, but just I'm a little bit worried about this. It was looking good back here. Now it's broken down, not so good anymore. And now it looks like it's falling back into a range. Okay. Don't email to me directly to my email address because I won't necessarily get them for the for the webinars. So email them to Prop Manager. This one, the train tracks here, strong level of horizontal. Yes, you've said that, but there's nothing there. You've highlighted the fib extension. That's good. Bullish price action, 1 bar. What we need to see though is that you're awaiting confirmation. Good. And I think we got that overnight. This is the CAD yen. Yeah, there's a train tracks at inside low test bar. Now we've got that confirmation. We could be looking at this as a potential trade. There's the fib, previous significant uptrend. Gives us our extension of 2 here. And if we look at, there's your support line. I'll change that to weekly. There's your support line there. And we're just coming back above that. So if we can get above that and close higher here, well, you've got the divergence, you've got everything that fits it. So there is a trade there today. I don't like trading ranges, that's why I'm avoiding it, but there is a trade there if you like trading ranges, and it's a decent risk reward to it. So even if it only goes back to the 50, it's a decent risk reward. If it gets back to the other side of the range, even better. So that's a reasonable either trade a phase 2 or trade the range back to here, 97.60. That's good analysis. You may want to consider a mic that you attach to your shirt. Volume going up and down as right up. Is that better? Now it's attached to my head. I was trying to avoid that. What have we got? Aussie Kiwi. Someone else looking at phase 1 short. Analysis. Lower highs, lower lows. Yes. Below moving averages. Yes. 108.78. Everybody's got that level. That's good. RSI convergence. Yeah, look, I don't want you to fall into the trap of drawing that, because what you're wanting to see, draw it across here when you're seeing the divergence. So I wouldn't fall into the trap of drawing convergence, because that can end up being confusing as to what's divergence and what's convergence. Bearish price action, yeah, swing high, low test bar. It's a high test bar, and it's bearish bar. Yeah, it's a high test bar, not a low test bar. Fib retracement resistance. Yep. 50, nice. Support on the way. I wouldn't have seen that as much of a support, but okay, that's fair enough. In divergence, no. Good. 0.5% only. 108. 99. Cool. And then I don't think you would have been triggered in because it's gone the other way at this stage. But that's good analysis. Yes. Dollar yen. I noticed everybody, well, not everybody, but quite a few traded this yesterday, including myself. Higher highs, higher lows. Support, no. Support off moving average, no. Correct. Horizontal support, yep. I think mine was slightly different, but yeah. RSI convergence, yes. Bullish price action, yes. Resistance. Well, there is up here 105.50, 105.57 is big resistance, but you know that's a risk reward of your risk reward is inside that, so that's okay. Trendline support, no. Okay, that's good. Thanks. And dollar yen. that's mine. I had 101.60. And this 105.57 is the big one. Doesn't have my trade on there. Must be in a different account at the moment. Yeah, I'm in a different account at the moment. But yeah, I went in there. It's about break even at the moment. Aren't you worried about non-farm payrolls? No, I'm not. My stop is underneath this, so I'm not worried about non-farm payrolls. The jobs data last night will only support the non-farm payrolls. Jobs data last night was that there's 20,000 people less queuing up for the doles, so that'll be supportive of the non-farms anyway. So I'm not too fussed about it. More worried about central bankers, like the ECB last night made the euro jump 120 pips, so that's where my concerns generally lie, not in non-farm payrolls. I don't buy into that. I moved my stop loss a couple of days ago to the position shown here, red line. I placed this halfway. Are you online? No. Okay. Stop loss there. Well, I would be having it underneath this massive test bar. If you got it in here, I can leave my stop as in wait for a movement, or I can close the position, wait for an opportunity down the track. Waiting could see me stopped out. I suspect in the longer term this is heading up. If it is heading up, you'll get pullbacks that you'll be able to get in on as on the way as it's going up. So wouldn't worry too much about that and trying to sort of run this all the way, because you can jump back in on the pullbacks. But you should be having it here because yes, it'll going to destroy. As you said, you prefer not to lose this one. Well, up here you're definitely not going to lose it. Fibonacci, you've measured that for your extension. Yeah, that's good. Notice we are getting overboard here, so we might have a little pullback, maybe to this low here, or even that low. Could form a reverse head and shoulders and just fart ass about here before taking off again. And there's your neckline going across there, so we'll keep an eye on that in time to come. And certainly it looks like the classic head and shoulder pattern forming up there. So yeah, you're not going to lose money at this point, but in this pullback, which it will have from an overbought position, you could take your money and then get in on the next opportunity, just in case something else happens and it tanks all the way back down again. You never know where it's going to go, so you just got to take the money when it's available. Aussie yen trend continuation. Cannot see price on your dollar yen. My dollar yen, 101.90 at the moment. This horizontal is 101.60. And this dollar yen, higher highs above the moving averages, EMA support. No, you can't say to that because it's right in the middle of them. There's no support. It's not bouncing off either one. Horizontal, 61.8 fib and price off June 09 high. I don't know if there's a 61.8 fib. Oh, this 61.8 fib, right? And June 09 high. June 09. That high? Well, that's the one I've got. It's this low here back in 04. That high in, that's sort of 08. June 09 is in here somewhere. I don't really see that. Dollar yen, you said? Yeah, dollar yen. So I'm not sure. There is a horizontal there, but I don't necessarily agree with this bit. RSI convergence, bullish price action. Yep. Trend line support, no. Resistance, 105.50, yeah, big resistance. Hidden divergence, yeah, I can see that. RSI's from here to here certainly is hidden divergence. It's good stuff. Score 7.5%. Yep. Risk 1 to 2.95. You've got a target of just under 3 times. Risk reward 1.295. Good. All right. Can you comment on your view of fundamentals, Aussie Kiwi? Fundamentally, Aussie Kiwi, I think, is going up. I think, you know, I don't have a signal at the moment. I'm not going to go and get daily FX, but Aussie Kiwi fundamentally, I think, is finished. The Kiwi should be getting weaker from here, and the Aussie should be getting stronger. The central bank, you can see, yeah, all-time low here. Well, not all-time low, but I think it's close to it. Back here in 06, there's 104.20. We got pretty close to that. Nice little low test bar looking there on the monthly. The central banks out of New Zealand are saying, we're still worried about the high currency and we're still potentially lowering rates, whereas that was turned around by Stevens finally, who decided to wake up to himself, and Stevens in Australia has said that the Australian currency is now contributing to the growth of Australia, and rates will be on hold. So they're not raising it, but we certainly won't be lowering them anymore. So on that basis alone, you expect the Aussie to gain strength over the Kiwi. I'm trying to order dollar yen at 101.60, but it won't let me to do a buy stop. No, it won't, because it's above 101.60. If you're looking to get in at 101.60, and I'm not sure why, above this high, this far as 101.80, even if you're trying to do that, it's not a buy stop because the market's already gone past it. It's a buy limit. Pound Swiss. There's a few things about this one I wanted to discuss. Okay. Yeah, the Fibonacci that's gone from here to here, or wherever you're doing it, from there to there, isn't really valid when you've now made a higher high, and it's effectively a lower high as well. So there's a cycle, there's another cycle. So I don't see that as being a valid Fibonacci. So remove that. I know you sent me an email later saying that you did. If we go to the 4 hour, no, I'm not sure what happened to your 4 hour chart, but here's my pound Swiss. Not looking at that one, I don't think there's any point. If we look at this one here, there's your Fibonacci, okay? If we now go down to the 4 hour, this looks very different to your 4 hour chart. It's this period here that I was concerned about. I don't know why that's looking different to yours. This period here looks kind of similar, but certainly this looks very different to what I have on mine. So I'm not sure what that is all about. I don't know why yours is slightly different, but it is. Maybe it's different scale or something, who knows. But here you've noted the divergence from this low to this low, and you got that there. Certainly my low is actually higher, so this is all convergence. You could say there's divergence across here from this low to this low. There's divergence there. But this move here still looks like it's making lower lows. Slight divergence from that low to that low. So there's slight divergence across here. But it's borderline. I'd rather not sort of trade that. With the 4 hour, I know you guys, there seems to be a lot of people trying to jump into the start of the new trend early by jumping on the 4 hour bandwagon. Prefer if you just add to your trade on the daily once you've got into an established trend. But you can, I know you can use it, but use a 4 hour to preempt that daily swing earlier, but it's tricky and you'll get it wrong more often than you get it right. So I prefer to sort of leave it alone and wait till the trend is established and then use the 4 hour. I've got a gentleman online who only trades 4 hour and he says, taken from me, doing the early entry on the 4 hour is not a good idea. Okay, in order to, what do I need to ask it for? Ooh, is it too late to take it at the same price if it retraces? Or the dollar yen, if it comes back to 101.80, I suppose you could effectively get in there, but you've missed the opportunity. The opportunity was overnight, but you could potentially place a limit order there. I want you to get into this habit of chasing the market, because that's effectively what you're doing. You're not chasing it in price, but you're chasing it in time because you've missed it. But you're placing a buy limit order at 101.80, and the system will accept that. I've sent you an email and I sent the wrong chart. I didn't enter the dollar yen yesterday because I was concerned about non-farm payrolls. Would you mind if I put a buy limit at yesterday's entry price, or I missed the market? Again, look, I'm not personally worried about non-farm payrolls. I rarely am, and so I'm exposed to the. I'm in the pound. I'm in the dollar yen. So I've got two. Well, they're effectively both long dollar. And I'm not concerned about non-farm payrolls. If you wanted to place an order on the dollar yen at 101.80, you're not effectively chasing the market in price, but you are kind of chasing the market because you're going, oh shit, this is starting and I'm missing out. Would it be better if that has happened, is to use the 4 hour cyclicity like you're seeing here on this downtrend, using that 4 hour cyclicity to get in on it. And that might give you the opportunity to miss the non-farm payrolls anyway and wait till Monday. It's your call. It's your money. And I only went in with 0.5% because I'm trading against out in the middle of nowhere, but that's your call. Yeah. I'll just go to your other email that you did send me about the pound Swissy before we get caught up in yen trading again. Pound Swiss. Wrong screenshot. Okay. So with the that's it. Yeah. Okay. So where you draw your fib on this one for the 4 hour is I'll be drawing my fib the previous significant up move, which would be that one there. Yep. From there to there. And so you got the extension on the 4 hour of 2 here, holding price in. Yep. You see that? You come back and watch it later and press pause and hang on to it and have a look. I don't use the 4 hour moment, just want to see how it works. Okay, cool. Well, that's what we're doing. Dollar yen, why do you say you are trading in the middle of nowhere? Because other than the support line, there's nothing real, and the Fibonacci, okay, but we're not off the moving average. Yeah. And that support line is really only that high there. You go back to the monthly, I don't think we've got, no, there's, yeah, no, well, it's a bigger one now. So it's a good support line. But, you are ahead of non-farm payrolls. Whilst I'm not too concerned about it, it could come out, there is obviously the risk that it comes out at, they're looking for, I can't remember what they're looking for, let's say they're looking for 200,000 new jobs, and it comes out at only 50,000. Well, the US dollar will get smoked, right? And we'll be stopped out. So I've only gone in for 0.5% because we're sort of out between the moving averages. We're not finding support off either. And on your checklist, if you go through the checklist, it's not going to be all that strong. Making me do this, seriously. Prop trading, checklist. Checklist continuation. On your checklist, higher highs, higher lows. Yeah, if we look at it in the larger scheme of things, no, we're not above that. No, we're not above that. Horizontal, yes. RSI convergence, yes. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points out of 9 or so. It's not that strong, is it? On the data, this is where I had the fib. I just thought I would have the other fib to see if there's a fib cluster. Okay, so we're all good there on your pound Swissy. Just heading back to that. So you could have, let's draw the fib clusters. Oh yeah, there's certainly one there. But yeah, you'd also look at the longer time frame and see if there's a fib cluster. Nothing there. But not this kind of cycle, that doesn't work. With the dollar yen gone in with 0.5%, if you wish to add to it, will you do so on the 4 hour? Yeah, I will next week. And using the cyclicity on the 4 hours, certainly. Once the, that's I'm getting the confirmation that the trend is going, and I can get the cyclicity on the 4 hours. Certainly, we'll be adding to it. Yeah. All right, I've got friggin' dozens of emails. I don't want to get caught up on USD EUR. It's Euro USD, but that's okay. Higher highs, higher lows. No, you're not getting higher highs, higher lows. You're actually getting lower highs and lower lows. So it's good. He's asking you, was it wrong? You decided against the trade? Could. It seems to be playing with the 200 EMA. Well, it's just fart asking about the other side of the 50. The EMA is now starting with a flat line. Fundamentals suggest this is going to be a good trade at some point. Well, it came out last night that they're not adding stimulus, so there was that. This is convergence. You got lower lows, you got lower lows. That's reversal divergence. But even in reversal divergence, we want to see it at the end of the move, not from cycle to cycle. If you're looking at that being your cycle and that being your cycle, then yes, you are getting higher highs and higher lows. It's a pretty large, messy cycle, and it's not that clear. No, if you're looking at that as that's your cycle, okay, this is one cycle, this is 2 cycles. Well, you certainly have your bullish price action now, don't you? Effectively what you're doing is trading the cyclicity of the daily or the weekly. That's 1 cycle, there's 2 cycles. Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3 cycles. So depending on what you're reading your cycles from, yeah, I'd say personally I think that's just mess, and I've stayed away from it. But if you're looking at that being your cycle, as I can see now what you're trying to do, then yeah, perhaps you should have taken the trade. No emails, no trades. Did not see any setups. Last week I was preferring to stay out ahead of FOMC. This week I'm seeing setup, emerge, Aussie Kiwi looking the best. We'll check again. Waiting for the dollar yen pairs. Lower highs, lower lows. What's this? Aussie Kiwi, yeah. Bullish price action. We want bearish price action, not bullish. And finding resistance, not support. Fib retracement resistance, 382. Yep. MACD is rising strongly. Yeah, I think this is going to continue to rise strongly. So but you've got everything there, that the analysis is sound and good, and the trend line, as you know, is not there. And Sing Yen, we don't trade Sing Yen, unfortunately, mate. It's not on our list of securities to trade. But yes, there's a lot of yen crosses setting up this week. Euro looks like it wants to break up. It did, thanks to market expecting it's going to break down, and on the news, and the news didn't come out as the market wanted, and so it broke up. But yeah, euro dollar weekly still showing weakness. You're getting a very bearish bar, and this is just an inside bar. It's almost the end of the week, so there's no, off the weekly I wouldn't say that we're getting any signal. Euro yen. Euro yen, not sure how strong the horizontal is taken back from back in the late 80s. Yeah, you'd prefer to be having something a bit more recent in the late 80s, at least, across here somewhere in recent times. Also, not sure if there's enough bullish price action yet. There is a ring low, but perhaps wait for another day of buying. Yeah, look, it's always better to do that. Now you have that, obviously. So we're 300 pip stop, and 600, 700 pip resistance, but you'd expect that to be broken anyway. I didn't quite get down there, did it? But yeah, the reason I had that up there is these highs here. And if we can get back above that, which is damn near close doing it, you could say you've got that support. So perhaps maybe wait that extra day, but effectively you could go in today, which is similar to the CAD yen, and go, right, let's trade this back up again. Pound CAD short. Yes, I did take the pound CAD short. Again, I'm not logged into my account. I'm logged into someone else's account at the moment. I did get short here at this point, underneath this bar here, and my stop's just above this bar here. That's it. My target's the 50 EMA. That's how it's managed. Trail your target along the moving average, and you trail your stop behind reversal bars. Now that we're at least a break even or better. Not in scale. So pound Swiss, I hope I've explained that. You're okay with that. Swiss yen, meets the criteria for both phase 1 and 2 trading. Wow, interesting. Okay, because it's way over out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Look, I don't like doing it from cycle to cycle. What you want to be seeing is the divergence at the end of this move here, and it might give you that. I don't think it would have now. When did you send this? Last night. I think it pretty much rorted all of that yesterday with that move. And it's at this point here you're wanting to see the divergence, and we didn't. Okay, you want to, that's a phase 2. So this is convergence, and it's yeah. I don't see that as, yes, it's moving back to the 50 MA, so technically it is a phase 2, but there was no divergence there to trade it, so I wouldn't look for it as a phase 2. I'd be looking at it as a phase 1 and taking that north. You need to have all your horizontals and others in there on your email. You've got this as a support line. Phase 1, PIP 107, risk, check this, yes. Horizontal support, yes. Bullish price action, yeah. RSI divergence, yes. Hidden divergence. I know that's what you're signaling, hidden divergence. Yes, we do have hidden divergence. But there's no, I don't know what's, you can't really call that a previous uptrend to make it extension. There's no divergence, reversal divergence. So it's not really phase 2, it's just a phase 1 only. Yeah. Just a sec. Alright. What was that one? Euro yen. Okay. Pound yen. The 2009 highs, yeah, absolutely, that'll do, and price did get close to it. Question was, is 2000 pound 9 highs there? Look at that, those highs there. Yeah, absolutely, it's valid, and bit of support back there as well. It's certainly valid now. Whilst it didn't get to it, you can say that, you'd say this 618 was support, and you'd certainly say this, it was only 30 or 40 pips off it, so that's good enough, strong enough for me. And you had a ring low, now got a higher high. You'd be looking at, if you missed this, you'd be looking at that. And I don't mind you going in there again above this, because you're then getting another higher high, but your stop should be under there, so you're now looking at a 300 odd pip stop, or even under there going 400. Had you gone in yesterday, you'd be looking at 320 pip stop, 200, probably going 320, but you got a 860 pip potential resistance to the trade, which is about at least 2.5 times. So back to your analysis. What do we got? You got the same line I've got. You've got hidden divergence, fabulous. Drawn the Fibonacci correctly. Higher highs, yes. Moving average is correct. 61.8 fib, and yep, fabulous. RSI convergence, bullish price action, fib retracement, trendline support, resistance, no. Trendline support, no. Bullish hidden divergence, bullish price action, ring, sharp pattern, ring low. So where's your stop? 380 pips, okay, cool. Target is 1.2 times 1. Fabulous, mate. That's brilliant work. That's all we need to see. Just down to the last 12 to go. Bloody hell. Pound yen, CAD yen. Again, I'm not going to go through them. I'll just go through yours. Last night entered into the dollar yen, pending order than pound. Looking at pound yen, it also seems to be a trade. Does it make sense to put a pending order for this pair, knowing I have long trades for both? You're kind of doubling up. If you're long dollar yen and you're long pound, and now you're trading the pound yen, you're effectively doubling the trade. So therefore you need to be careful of your risk in terms of how much exposure you have to pound and how much exposure you have to yen. Yeah, I'd put in the pending order regardless. I just need you, as long as you're not overexposed. Okay, so your CAD yen, strong level of support. Yep. Divergence, no. Well, I see yes. Yeah, across here, the divergence, which is where you want to see it. Okay, fib level, yes. Look, I don't think you need to do that one. You could have just done this one, which gives you the 2. Flat moving average. Yeah, kinda. And pound yen, your horizontal is a little higher than what I'd had. Higher highs and higher lows, cyclicity, yeah. No, correct, no, correct. 1996, horizontal support. Okay. You've seen me go through it. You know where I've got mine. Yes. Resistance, yeah. No resistance. Fib larger time frame, 61 smaller time frame. Okay, very good. Yeah, the 3.8 of this move. It's a 382. Just be careful of that. It's 0.382. You might want to fix that up. All very good. And as I mentioned, just be careful with your risk. You might want to reduce that if you've already got 1% on the others. CAD yen in a range, yeah, I'd be looking at that as a range. Some people are looking at it as a phase 2 back here, but I'd be looking at it as a range to back up here. Should I be looking for anything else? Have I to admit less confident of these ranges? Would be interested in your views. Yesterday's bar was very bullish, yeah. In this instance, we're just waiting for the RSI divergence. Well, there's divergence there, mate. Seeing these lows and we're getting these higher lows. Yeah, I'm less confident of the ranges as well, but yeah, there is divergence there, and you can see where I've got my fib for the extension, and it's I prefer to be looking at it as a range than a trend. Euro Aussie. Getting more emails as I'm sitting here. Crikey, mate, you got some stuff on there now, don't you? 0.25% risk due to non-farm. Good. We'll add to it on Monday. Good. And above moving average gives 220 pips stop. Target previous higher better is 2.618. Fabulous. Bullish continuation higher highs above 200 and the 50. Is it? Is it? It's not yet, but if the price gets above there in this bar, yes. Convergence bullish price action, fib retracement cluster 1 out of 50. You got that one, 50. You got another one somewhere down June. One. You can't say one. Right? One doesn't mean anything. That's a double bottom. If you're saying one, you could say it's a double bottom. Weekly pivots, no, mate. I don't look at weekly pivots. Euro Aussie. Come on. You just say that's a double bottom. Yep. Or it's found or testing the support level. And then you're looking at there's your Fibonacci. This bar closes, there's a trade there on Monday. Yep. Pound CAD minor profit protected, euro yen looking healthy at 104 pips. Dollar yen only 22 pips up, and a little concerned about non-farm payrolls, so I'm not confirmed. And any protective action to, well, wouldn't have maybe not gone in 1%, but you know, dollar yen, you know, coming off the lows in RSI, this was looking good, and I'm not too concerned about non-farm payrolls. Leave your stop there. It's a good place for it, and worry about it on Monday morning. That would be my advice. CAD yen, my first range trade. Cool. I've checked for divergence in the right place. No, I'll show you what we're looking at. Horizontal must, stochastic divergence, bullish price action, fib extension, flats, yeah, not moved above 2, good. You got the fib in the right place, fabulous. Yep, target is here, awesome. Risk to 1 to 4, fabulous, love it. Okay, so the only problem there was the divergence, and what you're looking for, or where you're looking at, is across here. You want to be seeing it out of there, right? And we do finally see it here. Yeah. So these bars from this one here to that one there, we're seeing it. That's the divergence. And away she goes, and away we go, back up to here. And yeah, the 200 is flat enough. It's flat enough for me. Certainly not showing any clear idea of which way it's going, so that means it's in a range from my mind. Pound yen. I see that you took the dollar yen. Yes, non-farm payrolls, aren't worried about it. No. Left my stop alone. Yes, I have, mate. Higher highs and higher lows, bullish price action on the checklist. Higher highs, the higher lows refers to the cyclicity. Yep, so this, oh look at this, we've got colours in our chart. Right, we want to be seeing that in the cyclicity of the market, and you say there's your one. Right. Yeah, not really the current previous bar, because you're not going to have higher highs and higher lows in a phase 2, are you? So it's the cyclicity. Bullish or bearish price action to the current bar to the previous bar? Yes, it does. And the current bar closes in a position of the top or bottom 10%, well I use 20, then it would get an extra point for being super bullish or bearish. Yeah, okay. So if it's in the top 5%, then you give it 3 points for bullish price action. Like you could, you know, as long as you're seeing the sentiment, and that's the point. If you're seeing buying intention, buying sentiment at the point where you expect to see it, which is off these swings where you've done your 61, there's, you know, your trend line and your 50, you're seeing that bullish sentiment where you expect to see it. You know, in here, look at this, you're seeing that bullish sentiment where you expect to see it, then that's your signal on the way you go. Doesn't mean it doesn't have to be in the top 5%, or, you know, as long as you're seeing that sentiment. Right. Yes, fabulous. It should. I agree. Pound CAD for today. Okay. fundamentally I really want to take this pound CAD long. I'm not sure whether I'm pushing my luck with trying to fit the checklist around the trade. Interesting point. We are quite away from the 50 EMA, but I do see some strength coming back into the CAD. Like the Aussie dollar, it's overdone and it needs to retrace. But I also still see the pound rallying, so who's going to be the more dominant one? Well, yeah, I think this, therefore, is probably trying to fit the chart to your fundamentals. Higher highs, higher lows, yes. Above the moving averages, yes. No, you don't have support, correct. Horizontal price, that would want to be bloody strong, okay? In this instance, if you're trading out here, out in away from the moving averages, you'd want to be pretty bloody strong. Yes, it's a ring low, fib retracement. Off the 50, is it? Okay. Well, that's pretty good. Trendline support, any resistance in the way, 50 fib on the monthly. Well, it's quite a, yeah. If that's what that red line is, the 50 fib on the monthly, and you've got this double top, triple top thing up here. Take the trade as a follow. Prices away from 50. Look, in this instance, you'd probably go in, if you really wanted to go in with the maybe a 0.25% and then use the price action and the cyclicity of the lower time frames to add to it. They are support resistance, not pivots. Okay, well, sorry, mate. Look, personally, I'm still short it from the phase 2, but that doesn't mean I'm right and you're wrong. You could well be right here, but I'd be looking at sort of running on the cyclicity of the lower time frame once it's re-established into an uptrend. Has been cycling along the 20 quite strongly, but we didn't get divergence across here, and it only came back to the 20. This time we did have divergence, and it's could well come back to the 50 on that. Is the CAD yen testing the 50 fib? No. Of what time frame, mate? Where was I? Pound CAD. Okay. Look, you make a good argument, and I don't. Yeah, I'd go with it, but just on a minor percentage because you are out a bit here, and I do think because the CAD's gone so far extended that I'm bullish both, bullish the pound and bullish the CAD, and because the CAD's coming from a point of extension, it may run faster back to its moving average than the pound would run away from its. The pound's already back to on its moving average, and it would, if you know what I mean. So the pound itself is back in looking at the new phase 1 up, and that's not necessarily going to be a fast run as compared to this retracement back here, because it's way out extended. If that makes sense. And that's why I'd be a little concerned about trading that out here. But you do make a good argument, and yeah, as I said, I've been wrong before. Dollar yen trend continuation. What the hell? What is this? Dollar yen trend continuation. You sent me this just before this started. You mentioned dollar yen in the market report at 101.80. Yes. Okay, I've covered this. Horizontal support. Yeah. unsure how to quantify that. Bullish price action. Well, this is bullish price action. This is bullish price action. This is why I don't like you having the colours, because you say, hey, that's red. That means I should be a seller. Bullshit. That's that's bullish. The price is closing up near the high. It's a low test bar. So take the colour out, and then you can see it's a ring low with the bullish on the at this point in time. Fib is offering 61 point support, and 50 is also support. They're both offering support from that Fibonacci you've drawn, which is good. Okay, and I've discussed about trading weight already. Pound CAD daily. Those two trailers, first of the month, dollar yen and euro yen, both entered and currently in profit. Good. Pound CAD. Pound CAD. You're looking at the same thing, cycling with higher highs and higher lows. You've got hidden divergence. And this is the daily. What's this one? That's the 4-hour. Recent horizontal support, 108.50. Low test bar and possible ring low with a higher high and a higher low. Possible entry if yesterday high broken. That's good. Now, nominal target is 2.272. Okay. Now the 4-hour. 4 hours not showing us. Yeah, there's divergence there. I mean, it's a pretty risky sort of kind of entry. I like the daily one better. And how much are we risking on the daily? 0.5%. Good. Because you are a bit out there in the middle of nowhere. Well, there's again the pound CAD. You're all pretty keen on it, aren't you? I wouldn't say yes to that. You're not getting support. You put the 20 there, but not really. I prefer you say no to that. RSI convergence. I'd say yes to that. Ring low. It does fit fundamentals, but I think both are long. I'm not so sure about fits fundamentals, but I like the fact that you're putting it on your checklist. That's good. MACD not turned. Yeah, MACD hasn't turned yet. MACD is still making a higher highs though. So you've got convergence across there. Pound yen. Yep, you're back above that trend line. That's trend line support. Aligns with two fundamentals, long pen, short yen. Yes, that I agree with. Short the shit out of the yen. MACD not yet turned and is below zero. Well, it has turned there. You're seeing that divergence there. See these histograms? Well, it's not divergence, it's convergence, but it's certainly turned. Histogram will tell you a lot quicker than these things will. The MAC line and the moving average line and the signal line. The histogram will tell you a lot earlier. Bullish price action, convergence, horizontal finding. Good. Pound manufacturing, yeah, and that's out tonight. I think that'll be good for the pound. Crikey, these things are getting longer and longer each day. Okay, that's it for the day. Good recognition of potential trades. Loving it. Loving your analysis. There's not too much wrong with it in your placement and stuff. Appreciate your your patience and your support, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'll put this up on YouTube and remind those of you who don't have the webinar codes for February and March. I don't even know if they've got March out yet, but for February, to contact the guys because I don't have them. Right now, yeah, have a lovely weekend. Cheers, guys.